Hello everybody, my name is Kyle Kalk and welcome to my Gold app review for Snowaway. This week I'm going to be going over a lot of the things that needed to be updated through the previous week since the release candidate. So what I'm going to do is for the most part go through the step by step just to show off everything that has been changed. And I'll also be going over a few things that weren't mentioned that have changed slightly. So without further ado, let's jump right on into this, and we're going to start off actually with the updating the pricing. So let's go into there. As you can see here in the updating pricing, right now everything's $2 each. Pretty cheap for snow removal, I must say. So let's go on in here and let's change up some prices. As you, we're going to make it even cheaper. This is a blowout sale here or something going on. So we're going to go $1 each. What happened before would show a saving client when the pricing would be updating. We'll see if we can catch it while it's on here. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It depends on how quick parse is being that particular moment. So let's click on update pricing. As you can see, it did very briefly show saving pricing. So what happened is it will save the pricing, comes up with the alert to show off that it has been updated. Click continue. The page then reloads and it shows the current pricing. So it updates the pricing on this page to give the user the feedback they need. Um, Previous jobs, anything that's been quoted to clients, that's not going to change in pricing because, well, it's just not fair to the client overall. So I've decided to leave it as is. And right now, what's going to happen is those prices are all going to stay the same, but any new prices and quotes going forward are going to have this new updated pricing. So let's just go quickly to a different screen. We'll go to the invoices. Let's go back. As you can see, still all ones. Everything is updated inside of Parse as well. So updating pricing is now working just as it has been intended to. Next up, let's go into our clients. As you can see, got one client. What we're going to do is go into add job because in the release candidate, that button to actually add the job on the next screen disappeared. What happened was with the auto layout, unfortunately, made some changes. Made sure I got rid of all the warnings that were in the app, and of course, one of the warnings just happened to be for the auto layout, and it must have pushed the add job button off the screen. So as we can see, it's back on the screen. Everything's good to go. We're going to go ones. This guy has just a little square, it seems, in terms of what he needs cleaned. We'll set a time. As you can see, the push notifications still work. It was instant because I set it to that time. So push notifications are still working. I'm going to go back in. I'll make another job for another client here in a second that I'll set a couple minutes in front of what the actual time is. So that is working there. Again, we have our one client. What I'm going to go through now is the client account, which before didn't really have any for sure validation. So what we're going to do is I'm going to enter in my name, and then I'm just going to add in a bunch of gibberish for everything else in here. So what's going to happen is we're going to get errors now for every single block here except the name. So, invalid address, you do now have to add in an actual valid address. So if I even just go 1319 fake, it's going to say, no, that isn't an address. It does indeed need at least an ST for street or the actual word street now. So let's go with the actual fake street. Everything works. Zip and postal code. So now it actually has to be, if we want a zip like that, or living in Canada and you need to put in a postal code, let's go ahead right now and do that as well to show that working too. Create the client. It's going to also validate again. City. Let's go back on in there. We're going to set it to Regina. We're going to create. We're good to go. Invalid email address. Obviously that doesn't look like a valid email address. So what we're going to do, we're going to add a whole string after that dot. We're going to try it again. It's going to say no because there are no domain or there's no dots that are that long. It's checking to make sure it's going to be a valid length there as well. So let's just go like that. As you can see, we're good to go now. Same with the phone number. In the phone number here, let's go back. It does accept the dashes now. It does just take them out after it saves, but it does indeed accept those. You check it. Everything works out good because that's a valid phone number now, and we just created our new client. So everything's hunky-dory. Everything's getting checked here in the screen. So everything right now is working just as intended. It's showing up with the validations. So let's go back. We can now see I'm also in here as a client. So let's quickly add a job. Let's go. I got a slightly bigger yard apparently. We're going to set this one for 2 minutes from now. So 7:50. I know at the top there it has 9:41. It's just the standard that it gets set to when doing these screencasts. So let's back out again. Moving on to the jobs. What I have decided is in this jobs screen here, I don't have a search because what I did was I actually went ahead and added in a way for you to go into a client, see all their jobs, and it has all their jobs sorted there. So I figured that's going to be a lot easier to do, to find specific jobs for one person, especially if you have to cancel multiple ones. So moving forward, that was, I think, the best solution to meet both of those. So that is why I decided on, is just to have that client view with the client's job list, have everything stored right in there. Now, moving on to actually completing the job. So let's quickly, actually I'm going to make one more here for hello there. So we're going to add another job here, two. Let's get that all in there, add the job. The push notification came through right away again because that's what we set it to. That other one should be coming soon. It's 7:49 right now, so that one should be coming through shortly. Let's go back into the jobs, and you can see added in that other one there. Let's just click onto this one. So before you complete a job, it automatically went through. You didn't have a cancel option. It was what it was. So let's get in there right now. Let's complete that job. So completing that job, we can now cancel. That cancels it. As you can see, what it actually does here is for the quoted price, that's your total price, which is $8. The square feet, that is just showing you how many square feet each of those things were. So on here, I also added in now in my jobs that you can see exactly your square feet. It's not just the quoted price anymore. There's that notification showing that it does still push through at the given time you selected for the date and time. So for here, as you can see, still can hit that phone number. It is going to dial still. Takes a little bit of time to get everything going for it. But again, added in for the clients as well now. All that other information, so you can see it all in one place. You don't have to go into the edit anymore to actually go in and see all that information. It's all on this screen now. You can still go into edit. You can edit all that stuff just as you would before. Now let's go into the completed in a job. Again, complete the job, create the invoice. Let's go continue this time. Saves the invoice saved, hit continue. We go back out, takes it away because now it is a saved invoice. So it's working there as well as it should. So add that little bit of extra in there to be able to show off that it is working as it is supposed to. Everything is working right now in terms of the way I wanted the clients to. So let's jump back into that client view again to show off all those jobs. Going to go into hello there because that one I have the most jobs saved. Jobs for client. As you can see, there is 3 jobs there. This one is the first job completed. So as you can see, it does change the way the screen looks out. There's just a job completed button there. You can't click it. Obviously, you shouldn't be able to because there's nothing to do with it. Let's go back. We're going to go into this one. This one hasn't been completed. It hasn't been canceled. Nothing. So for this one, let's go ahead and cancel that job. We're going to cancel that job. We're going to continue out. Boom. Job is canceled. Everything's good to go. So as you can see, all the jobs are listed in here for that client. You can go in, you can edit them, you can cancel them, and you can complete them. So if you need to go in here for other jobs for that client, it's easy. You have everything there. It is exactly as if you would go into it from that main job view. And that is why I felt that this was the best way to do it. Because for that one specific client, you have everything there at your fingertips. You don't have to really search through a lot of things. Everything is just there. Again, it's sorted by the date, so it's going to be the most recent, the one that was completed the soonest. So As we can see here, the one that was at 7:10 a.m. when I was testing it out, that's going to be at the top because obviously that one would have been the one that's done first, and then it's going to go down from there to the one that is furthest away. So let's move on. We're going to go registration. Right now, again, for registration, I'm actually just going to show it in the updating the profile, because the updating of profile, it also does the same things, but I will, once we log out with this updated profile, show off that as well. So I'm going to just skip ahead right now to the updating of the profile, because what was happening is you would be able to log in with your old username and password, so that didn't really work the way it should. It does do it now. I find that Parse is sometimes a little bit slow on doing the updating, so it's a little bit more hit or miss. Usually it's pretty instant though, but we're going to go in there. We're going to go updating profile. So again, just showing this off. This is going to work the exact same way as it does in the other part of the app. So right now I can't quite remember what the password's set at, but it's pretty testing or testing 2, so we're going to call it testing 5 and update that. We're going to try and update. No, can't quite do it. That email address ain't sitting so well with it. Alright, let's go back in there. Okay, let's try a phone number. No, phone number ain't going to do it either, because again, it's checking that phone number. Again, in here, you can use the dashes. It will just take those out after, but you can add them in, so let's do that. Update the profile. It's been updated. That's good. Continue. Logs you out. So let's just go back in here, make sure I remember exactly what it was called. Pretty sure it was Kyle Snow. And testing 5. Log in. Successfully logged in. Updated the password. Continue. Get back into the app itself. So everything's working with the updating profile as well. Again, went over that updating pricing. We now have it showing saving pricing. When it does pop up with that screen. Job details. Again, have that now updated too to show off the actual information for each job. Registration. I'll go back in there real quick. Printer options is the next thing that's going to be up there. So let's actually head right up. Actually, the search bar too used to hide it. Now it doesn't. It is still up there. So that is working better than what it was before. That's always a good thing. You don't want to hide that search bar because it does make it a little bit more difficult to get things done, as well as at the bottom of the screen when you would scroll previously, it would also cut off about halfway of that bottom cell as well. So that's fixed. It will scroll the whole way now. So let's get into an invoice here. Hello there. It's unpaid. Again, you swipe to the left, you can pay it. Paid, successfully paid. Update the table view, shows it as paid, but let's go in there. Email, still works. It does ask for my Apple ID. We're canceling out of that bad boy there. But as you can see, it fills in all the information, shows the image of what it's going to send out. Let's cancel. We don't want that. We're going to delete the draft. Print the invoice. So it does come up here. It doesn't show off a preview anymore. What it was, I believe it was in the iOS 9 that it was showing off the beta, that it was showing off that preview. iOS 7 and 8, it does not. As you can see, though, it does show up the printer. My printer's turned on. Obviously, low ink. What can you do? There is a cancel button on that top left. It does blend in with the rest of that just because of the way the printing side of the thing does it for that view. But if we want to go, we can go into the printers. It will search for any printers that are here. It lists off the recent ones. Let's go back. Copies. You can make 2 copies if you want. One for yourself, one for your client. Change that. Hit print. And what's going to happen is we're just going to back out. We're going to go through a few things. While it does that, as you can see, it's going to start to print, giving me that warning again. What can you do? I need to go out and buy some ink, but that's all right. I'll get around to that. So the printer options does work. It does print. You just have to have that printer set up on your network, and you would be good to go. So let's go back, do the final thing here, and that is going to be the registration. So let's log out. We're completely logged out. Let's go back in here. You're going to give it a quick little swipe here. We're just going to close that whole app out. We're going to start her up again. This is the first time you've ever launched the app. Let's go in there. I click forgot password. If your password is valid, though, and you have set it to, and you have confirmed it, you can enter your password, or email address rather, and you can get that password reset. Parse will send you out a password reset email. But I actually wanted to go into creating an account. So username, let's just go Kyle Snow, because that one obviously is one that's already done. Create an account. Yeah, invalid password. Well, what are you going to do? I didn't put one in there. So let's put a actual valid password in there. Good to go. Email address, invalid. So, no, I forgot the dot. Invalid email address. It doesn't like that so much. So it's validating that email address, making sure that you can go like that. Put it in there. Nope. I still did an invalid email address because I didn't change that dot. I put another dot in there instead of the @ sign. So get it actually working. There we go. And now with the phone number, let's go this time. We're just going to put in the number, no dashes. Let's create that account. Everything works. We're going to get, oh, no. Sorry, that username taken. So we're going to go Kyle removal. Again, the username one, that's on Parsa's side of things. Let's create that account. There we go. Account created. Was a new username. Everything's good to go. Pricing stayed the same, so nothing has changed here in terms of the pricing. Finish the account. There we go. Set up the pricing. Everything's good to go. And you're back into the screen, and everything is as it should be. Thank you very much for watching this video. I know there was a lot to go through, but I wanted to make sure I touched on absolutely everything I could. And I had a great month, and I'm really proud of what I was able to accomplish with the app and all the polish I was able to finally get done with it as well for this gold release. Thank you very much.